Hi, Stan the Annuity Man. Today's topic is, what is the purpose of an annuity? I mean, why do you even need one? What do they solve for? Well, we're going to go through that with all types so you can understand if it even makes sense for you to own an annuity, and if it does, which one fits your situation best. Also, make sure to watch my video on how do interest rates affect annuities. Very timely. You need to watch it. Boy, do we have a lot to cover on this topic. What is the purpose of an annuity? First thing, I'm going to go over what is an annuity, what it solves for, the purpose. Also, I'm going to talk to you about the two questions that you need to ask yourself and answer to find out, A, if you need an annuity, and if so, what type. I'm also going to tell you this acronym I've come up with to tell you even if you need to consider an annuity, what it solves for. And finally, I'm going to talk about where annuities fit in your portfolio. And at the very end, if you hang in there with me, and I urge you to do that because I'm going to do one thing for you. I'm going to give you all 7 of my published books for free, and I'll tell you how to do that at the end of the video. So what is an annuity? I mean, Stan, what is that? Well, an annuity is a contract. I don't believe annuities are investments, they're contracts. If you don't believe me, buy one. You're going to get a contract in the mail. It's called a policy. It's going to spell out exactly how that annuity works. So, in essence, they're transfer of risk products. You're transferring the risk to the annuity company to solve for a specific goal. So what's the history of annuities? It's pretty interesting if you don't know it. The word annuity, if you just break down the word annuity, A-N-N-U-A in Latin means payment. So in the Roman times, and this is when annuities started, in the Roman times, the dutiful Roman soldiers were out there fighting it out, right? Laying it on the line. And the government put in place an annua, a payment, a guaranteed lifetime income stream for that dutiful soldier and their families. So that's the history of annuities. That, in essence, that product from those times, the Roman times, is today's single premium immediate annuity, if you can believe that. And it's been sold in this country for hundreds of years. So when people say, I hate all annuities or all annuities are bad, number one, I don't think they know what they're talking about. Number two, I think they have an agenda. And to say that is like saying, I hate all restaurants, I hate all trucks, I hate all socks, I hate all fruit. It's crazy, it's uninformed, and it's misleading. But that's the history of annuities. So what do annuities solve for? Primarily, they solve for 2 things, which is principal protection and income. But they do solve for other things as well. I've come up with a very unique acronym that will tell you if you need an annuity or not. And that acronym comes from the word P.I.L.L, P-I-L-L. So P stands for principal protection. I stands for income for life. L stands for legacy, leaving money to your loved ones. And the other L stands for long-term care. So let's go over that again. P is for principal protection. I is for income for life. L is for legacy. The other L is for long-term care. In my perfect world of annuities, Stan the Annuity Man, if you do not need to solve for one or more of those 4 things, then you don't need an annuity. It's really that simple. So ask yourself, do you need principal protection? Do you need income for life? And if so, when? When do you need that to start? Do you need legacy? Do you need long-term care? If you say no to all 4 of those, move on. It's okay. I've done my job. I've educated you, but that's what annuities solve for. So the question of the day is, what is the purpose of an annuity? Well, to even find out if you need one, you use that P.I.L.L acronym I just went over, but there's also 2 questions, only 2, not 3, 2 questions that you need to ask yourself and answer to see if you need an annuity, and if you do, what type? Because there's not one type that's a one-size-fits-all. Currently in the sales environment, too many agents and advisors are trying to, what I call, fit a square peg into a round hole, which is they're selling one product and trying to solve all things for all people with that one product. The only thing that happens is the agent's solving for himself, unfortunately, or they just haven't done their homework. Also, too many times, agent recommendations are based on commissions or the level of commissions. Now, all annuity commissions are built into the product. You never see them. Good or bad, it is what it is. Am I a fan of that? No, but it is what it is. but too many agents and advisors are basing their recommendations on higher commission products. That doesn't mean the higher commission products are bad. It just means that there's somewhat of an agenda there. So let's get to the two questions that you need to ask. Number one, what do you want the money to contractually do? Underline contractually. Second question, when do you want those contractual guarantees to start? So let's do it again. What do you want the money to contractually do? When do you need those contractual guarantees to start? So let's go through some scenarios. I asked this to a person the other day. Same two questions. He goes, I need income and I need it to start in 90 days. So now what does he need? What do you want the money to contractually do? I need lifetime income. When do you want the contractual guarantees to start? I need the income to start in 90 days. Great. Guess what product that is? That's a single premium immediate annuity. Let's do another one. What do you want the money to contractually do? I need principal protection. When do you want those contractual guarantees to start, or how long do you want those guarantees for? 5 years. Okay, what has this person described? Really two products. A multi-year guarantee annuity, which is the annuity version of a CD. You could lock a rate in for 5 years, or you could buy a 5-year fixed indexed annuity. Both protect the principal. So let's do another one. What do you want the money to contractually do? We need lifetime income. When do you want those contractual guarantees to start? We need those contractual guarantees to start in 10 years. We're retiring in 10 years, so we want to make sure we have income starting in 10 years. What did that person describe? They described a deferred income annuity, and they also described an income rider. So guess what? We quote both. See how easy that is? Let's do another one where it doesn't work. What do you want the money to contractually do? I want a reasonable rate of return and market growth. Bah! Doesn't work. Doesn't work. You don't need an annuity. If you need market growth, in my opinion, and all to my variable annuity friends out there, because once again, you're limited in your choices, I think when you're looking for market growth, you need unlimited choices. So that's how the two questions work. So what is the purpose of an annuity and where does it fit in your portfolio? Remember this, annuities are contracts. They're transfer of risk contracts. You're transferring the risk to solve for a specific goal. So you need to remember the two questions. What do you want the money to contractually do? And when do you want those contractual guarantees to start? And also the P.I.L.L. P stands for principal protection, I for income for life, L for legacy, and the other L for long-term care. If you need to see quotes on your specific situation, go to StanTheAnnuityMan.com and we'll send you a quote and leave you alone and treat you as a professional. Speaking of treating you as a professional, I promised you some books at the start of the video and I'm going to give them to you. Here they are. There's 7 of them that I've published and I'll send them to you for free, no obligation, no cost. I want you to be informed. I want you to understand annuities and how they work before you make any decision to buy one. And I'm going to send them to you in this nice gold foil package. So that's what I'm going to do for you. I need you to do something for me if you don't mind. By the way, just click the link below to get the books, but also there's a link beside it to subscribe to this YouTube channel, the Stan the Annuity Man YouTube channel. Please do that because I'm going to keep filming these informative videos on annuities. They're not sales pitchy. You need to know all the information, both good and bad, so you can make an informed decision and not a bad decision with your money.